James on the range, and I'm here in Mission, and I'm going to be practicing guessing. I wasn't too clever though. I left my binoculars and my rangefinder at home. Good thing I brought a friend. So Dorian is going to be holding the answer key with his rangefinder, and I'm going to guess, and I'm going to use different methods of guessing distance, and we'll see how close I can get. So I'm playing the back half of Mission right now, and I haven't been making a video because I've just been working on focusing on my guessing, and I am now guessing too far. So before I was just like under guessing. So let's just flip the camera around and you can see what typical Mission kind of terrain is like here. I'm not standing at a peg right now, but I'll show you because there's a number over there. If this tree here is my 6 meters, and then that's going to be 9.5, almost 10, and then there's nothing. So you have to try and pick a bush and say, okay, if that bush was really tall, how high would it be? And that is the process of guessing using marks on the ground. And I've been guessing some closer than others. Once I stopped guessing so hard and thinking so hard about distance, I realized I had let down my shot quality a little bit. So I'm going to work on just pulling to execute my shot. And let's see what this next target looks like here. I'm gonna guess it, and I'm gonna ask how close I was. I'm gonna adjust my sight then, and I'm gonna shoot it because this is part of being in school today. And Dorian is the assistant professor who's got the answer key. So I think to my first tree right there, that's gonna be really close to 10 meters. And if I double it, I don't think I quite get to the bedded ram on the other side there. Now he's up a hill. Now, if that hill's really steep, then he's closer. But if the hill kind of not as steep, then that ram is farther away. So I think if I put the 20 right at the foot there, that boulder, I think he's like another, I want to say between 3 and 4. I'm gonna say is the ram 24 meters? Further. Okay, so that hill must run a lot farther. I can't see because I'm looking through the alley of trees. I'm gonna go look over to the side here. Okay. So I can see that that is probably about 22, 23. And if he's, how much further back from there? Okay, I'll take one last guess. And if you tell me the answer after that would be best. It's like, I'm gonna guess like 26 and a half.
31 and a half.
Okay, so I was absolutely nowhere close. So when I'm looking through an alley of trees at a target that's going up a hill and I can't see the ground between here and there, that's the challenge. I was off by a lot. So now I'm gonna need my phone back. And then I'll get my yardage, and then Dorian can watch me film me shoot. So now my job is to draw straight, get that good relaxed tension between my two hands, and then get my thumb around the release, nice and far. And I'm right in there with him. So I was off by a lot. I got a lot more work to do in my guessing. Okay. Well, I just caught the line at the bottom of it.
Nice.
So 42. And I think the kill's in that kind of dark patch. And I didn't bring my binos, so I'm just gonna run at that. Kind of behind the back leg there. Yeah, well, went where I aimed. Let's see what happens. Oh, he's quartered too. So that dark patch I aimed for, yep, I hit it. Was that the kill? No, it was over the leg. So
Right where this arrow is.
yeah, yeah, how about that? Now I'm looking uphill where I've been over guessing, but I feel like this is far. It's a black wolf, and that's a pretty big target. I think I've stood back here for this shot before, but now I'm standing over there. I'll let you get a close-up look at what I'm seeing in a minute. Here. I gotta go a little bit back of his shot. I don't think I did it. Did I pop it up high?
Yeah.
Can I have one more?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I popped that shot up high because I did not pull through because I did not stretch my, I did not pull through. Okay.
Might be on the top of the 10. There you go.
That was it.
Perfect height, but I think you're to the left of the 11 of it.
So, first shot was this guy here. Caught him high, and that's because I maybe gave it a little bit extra with my bow hand. And then this one, no complaints. Hard shot, long shot. Welcome to Mission.
Yeah, what's messing me up with those uphill shots is that change in draw length and just how it changes how I...
Straight out, and that is almost a straight down shot. Well shot by our local guide, Rich, who's also a pretty good shot. And now I'm going to do this, but how do I guess the distance when it's straight down like that? Well, you don't use the distance as the crow flies. So I'm going to look out, straight out from, and there's a tree that goes up from where the target's close. The target's behind that, so I got to add some distance, but the arrow travels the horizontal distance with an arc. So I know that if that tree from the peg, if I know that that tree's maybe a little more than 10 meters, I'm going to say maybe 11 meters, and that coyote is maybe a couple more meters, I'll say that that's and I'll go down back again. I'll say that that's maybe a 13-meter shot. Let's have no help from the professor with his rangefinder, and somebody just hold a camera on me and watch me open my stance and shoot downhill. So the peg here is in a challenging spot. I'm kind of butted up against this old lump of rotting stump there. Got some roots here, but I want to open my stance. So I'm going to go like this. I'm not ahead of the peg. I'm opening my stance to allow me to kick my hips down. Some people like to do a hip tilt. They draw level and then they kick their hips down, but I find that that's not very good for keeping my shoulder square when it's an extreme angle like this. So I'm going to kick my hip out and draw down onto the target. And first thing I'm going to do is change my sight, because I have memorized what my sight mark is for this distance. Now, I haven't verified it, but we'll see. I don't have my binoculars, but I know that right at the bottom of those front dots there, right in there is the 11 on the coyote's spotted fur. So let's, and Rich is already pretty close there, so he's a good shot. I'll follow him. My bubble's moving. Okay. And I'm a little bit under where Rich is, maybe a little more forward on the animal, but you know what? Not bad. When I'm that steep, I can't rely on back tension to pull back and stretch my hook out. I have to press that trigger with my thumb. But I'm practicing that too, so we'll go see how I went. So we think James is a little bit out. But my height's pretty good. I'm just a little bit forward on the animal.
Does it look like...
And the other two guys got it. Good day's work from straight up there. So when I started guessing, I guessed this tree is about 2 meters. And that's more than double that, so I said that's about 6 meters. And then I worked that next one and say that's about 7 meters right there, that little skinny one. And I thought, can I double that and get 14 and get that one, not the near one, maybe a little further, and say that's about 14. And if I doubled 14, that's about 30. And I can't tell how far back from the last tree that the black kind of peg target is. So I'm gonna guess that it's around 32, maybe 31. I'm gonna say, I don't think it's 29. Could be 29, because maybe that 14 and double 14 makes 28. Oh, Dorian knows what distance that is. Ooh. Hey, Dorian, what'd you shoot that for?
26.5.
26.5, it is a lot closer. So when I doubled that tree, that I said that's 14 and double of 24 is 28, and I thought the pig was closer, I should have listened to that instinct. 26 and a little bit. I dug my foot in to this hillside at the back here, and now I gotta kick my butt out to get my hips tilted. Okay, now draw down. I think I joined Dorian. I don't think I went left enough. Oh, yeah, just the back, well, no, I'm in that groove. So, got it. It counts the same. Folks, exciting news. The 14 ring on the unicorn is in play. And there it is. Well, there it is behind a broken off stump. I can not see the rest of this unicorn. Maybe I can swing over real quick. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Okay. So, well, this is the only place that's got a 14 in play. I got to go for it. I don't want it to run out on the left. So I got to hold a little bit and think a little bit to the right. I can see what dot Rich is talking about. Okay. I got there in a hurry. I think when I look back, I shot more 8s in the first half, but in the second half of the course, I was definitely hitting more 10s and 11s. And that's because I stopped thinking about my range sooner and just started thinking about my shot process. Something else that really profited me today was just being subtle, making a subtle change to my thumb button so that I didn't have to reach as far forward. I can move it all around. So I moved it closer so I could just get a really deep wrap on it. And then when I started to pull and stretch my hook on the shot so that my thumb was pressed against the barrel and my index finger stretches out a little and bang, the shot broke more naturally because I had moved my thumb barrel closer. This makes me think that there's lots of adjustments on your bow. There's lots of adjustments on your gear. There's lots of things you can do with an arrow. Talk to knowledgeable people, learn some stuff, try some stuff. So I'm James on the range. I had a great time here in Mission. I encourage you to pick up a bow. This is how I do archery. I encourage you to give it a shot. Thought I was done. But Mission Bowmasters just installed a 90-yard target. So if I stand right here, where my friend has marked on the ground, that's 90 yards. I'll shoot now. I've got no cameraman to help me. And then I'll walk you down to the target with me. We'll see what happens, for better or for worse. Well, I did say for better or for worse. First shot, I think I was on it. Second shot went off too soon. Oh, threw me off too. So it was like way off. And then third shot was to the right, and then it's close. And the second shot was like not even close to the left. But it does tell me a little bit about how much I'm moving because all of my errors are exaggerated at 90. Let's keep walking. We're not there yet. Keep on going. Another 20 meters. No word of a lie. I should have just shot one because that first shot was money. Then this one I winged out here somehow. And then third shot, well, it's pretty close, but that fourth shot, not really. Thank you Red Trail Arrows for good arrows. Thank you Q2I Vanes for good vanes. Thank you Just Shooting Arrows for all your years of support. This has been James at the Range, Mission Bowmasters. I'll see you at another archery range somewhere else.